Let's talk to Texas Senator Ted Cruz. He's a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. He's been watching it all. He's on Capitol Hill. Senator, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
What do you make of Nancy Pelosi yesterday, late in the day after the vote, floating the idea that she might not actually send the articles of impeachment over to the Senate because the Senate might not be fair because there are a bunch of mean Republicans running it?
I think the Democrats are in a total panic. Yesterday was a very, very bad day for Democrats, and it was a bad day for the House of Representatives and for the country. When it comes to Pelosi, her threat is really quite remarkable. Her threat to the Senate is do exactly what I want, or I'm not going to impeach the president. I'm not going to send over the impeachment articles. My attitude is, okay, throw us in that briar patch. Don't send them. That's all right. We actually have work to do. Some of us are showing up fighting for more jobs, for higher wages, for the working men and women who elected us. And it's actually, if Nancy wants to delay delivering the articles, I have a date I would suggest for her, a delivery date.
Okay.
How about November 2nd, 2020? There's something going on then that actually should resolve this question.
Senator, the president's tweeting. He said, I got impeached last night. I guess he means night, without one Republican vote being cast, with the do-nothing Dems on their continuation of the greatest witch hunt in American history. He says, now the do-nothing party wants to do nothing with the articles and not deliver them to the Senate, but it's the Senate's call.
Well, listen, the Democrats are in a panic because in the last month, their case collapsed. I mean, rewind back to a month ago. A month ago, every Democrat was saying over and over and over again, bribery. Remember, that was their talking point, bribery, bribery, bribery. The reason was the Democratic Campaign Committee, they'd polled that, and their focus groups had told them bribery's bad. The American people don't like bribery. And so in one day, every Democrat began saying bribery. Here's the problem. The facts, the actual evidence doesn't support bribery. As they heard the evidence, they couldn't prove bribery. And they've now backed away from bribery. They backed away. Remember quid pro quo? That was their favorite phrase.
And then there was extortion.
That's disappeared. And they've now taken the position that they can impeach the president without alleging that he violated any criminal law whatsoever, without alleging he violated any federal law, literally that he not even alleging a speeding ticket. That is a remarkable position. It's an extreme position. You played a clip from the president a moment ago where he said he's the first president impeached without alleging a crime. He's exactly right. This has never happened in the history of the country. The prior impeachments, every one of them, the articles alleged a federal crime. This one doesn't. It is exceptionally weak, and it doesn't meet the constitutional standard for high crimes and misdemeanors. And that's why Pelosi knows when it goes to the Senate, there's going to be a fair trial in the Senate, but this is not going to succeed because the House hasn't proven its case.
Yeah, and it's the first fully partisan impeachment as well. And they said months ago we would never do it unless it's bipartisan. But, Senator, let's say, and it's just in an imaginary world, that Nancy Pelosi actually moves the bills over to the Senate. What's your view on how it should play out in the Senate?
Well, I think we're likely to see a trial that will start in January. If I were to guess a date, I'd guess January 6th, which is the first Monday in January. And the very first thing that happened is all 100 senators are sworn in. The Chief Justice will administer the oath, and we sit as jurors. Then what happens? The House managers will present their case, and that will last likely several days. They'll present whatever evidence they have. They'll present whatever arguments they have. And we're going to do substantially better than the House. It's going to be a fair forum. That means both sides can present their case. We'll respect due process. We'll listen to what they have to say. So the managers will present their case.
Right.
But then, unlike the House, the president gets to present his case. His team gets to defend him. We'll listen to those opening arguments, listen to the president's team lay out evidence. The next stage will be senators asking questions. Now, this is not going to feature, say, Elizabeth Warren and me going 15 rounds asking questions, because the Senate rules don't let senators speak in open session, which means we're all sitting at our desk, but we're not allowed to speak while the cameras are on. Our questions have to be written. So we write our questions, submit them to the chair, and the Chief Justice will ask the questions.
Wow.
At that point, I think there's going to be a debate about whether to shift to a second stage of the trial of bringing in witnesses. I imagine the White House is going to have to assess as a legal matter, do they want witnesses? My view is if the president wants to call witnesses, like Hunter Biden or like the whistleblower, the president is entitled to do so, and the Senate should allow him to do so. But that's a question for the White House legal team to make.
And, of course, it all depends on whether or not Nancy Pelosi sends the articles over and lists the managers as well. Senator Ted Cruz from great state of Texas, sir, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Senator.
Always
Merry
a pleasure.
Christmas.
You bet.